How would you characterize the mission or vision then of KMC University?
You know, we like to say that we help doctors make and then keep more money. And it's not just about the reimbursement side of things, but being such a highly regulated profession as is healthcare, unfortunately, sometimes doctors just kind of plug along and do the best they can, and the rules change and they don't know the rules change. Just in a specialist meeting with my certified specialist earlier today, and heard about another one of these data analytics companies that are beginning to squeeze out certain codes that they think doctors shouldn't be using, or they'll go to a payer and say, hey, Blue Cross, let us analyze your database and we can show you where we can save you all kinds of money because you're paying for things you shouldn't pay for, when maybe they should be paying for them. So we feel like we're sort of the, outside of being a national association, which, unfortunately now some are a little more impotent than others and unable to really, because of the fractures maybe in our profession, they're not able to do as much. We know that for our members, we can advocate for them to do it properly, to make sure if there's money owed and deserved that it's paid, and they do so with a clean bill of health, clean bill of compliance health. There's so many things to trip over that, well, they can do this at Walmart, why can't I do it? Well, because you're a regulated healthcare profession, that's why. And it's sometimes they're silly, but we really feel like our mission is to help doctors understand that stuff, help them be who they want to be, which is just people taking care of other people. And if we can take some of that worry off their minds, be it self-service or be it one-on-one, we really love doing that. Together, I think we have over 350 years experience in chiropractic under this roof.
Wow.
A lot.
I'd like to go just a little bit deeper into that. For the longest time at Patient Media, I thought I was in the patient education business because that's what we did, and came to realize that I was actually in the doctor success business. What business do you see that KMC University is in? Do you have a distinction that you make about that?
It's a very interesting conversation because right now we're up against it as a leadership team in the company as well. Because while it is, to your point, like a patient education, business, we have an online training university. But really, who wants to go to school? Who wants to study, right? And the messaging maybe is some way getting a little bit lost, because what we really are is it is that peace of mind business, maybe more than anything else, because we give them the answers that they need that might be hard to find. One of my favorite things to say as I'm teaching is the last place you want to call to get answers about Medicare is Medicare, because they can't answer you properly. We can't even get answers properly to things that we're asking about. But we feel like one of our core values is that we insist on accuracy. And we are not going to tell someone they can or can't do something unless we can show them why. So we feel like we come up alongside and really help them to best understand the pool in which they're swimming, and then where the deep end is, where the riptides are, and then how to kind of avoid all of those if they can, and be at the other end of a phone if they have a question.
Yeah. That's really cool. Peace of mind business. I hadn't thought of that before, but that's a cool place. That's very, very interesting. So when you go about giving this, peace of mind and trying to create peace of mind, what is the North Star, or what is that key value or values that you and your team are trying to demonstrate as you deliver this peace of mind?
Mm-hmm. Well, for us, how we want to behave and who we want to be aligns with our core values, which, we insist on accuracy, of course, but we always want to exceed a doctor's expectations. Answering a question that someone thinks might be a simple question, sometimes we can't answer that question without asking 5 other questions. And, I think that if there were a way that we can help them understand how complicated it is, and it's okay to not know the answers, you just have to know someone or some people who do. I would certainly never dream of doing my own taxes. This is enough, that's a folly. I could not possibly know all of those regulations, but you find someone you trust and you do your own due diligence, and then you get it done that way. And that's kind of what we hope we are for people, is doctors that are in practice, team members in practice who, the truth is, sad or otherwise, that a lot of doctors abdicate the whole responsibility for billing or some of those things and just think, oh, well, Sally will do that. And yet they don't invest in Sally's education to be sure that Sally's protecting doctor's license and doctor's business. And so we can come and be that North Star for them, not only as a place to get answers, but a place to get reliable answers. And, we are really, one of our values that we are very proud of is not only the exceeding expectations, and insisting on accuracy, but really we like to make it fun, because let's be honest, these topics are not jolly stuff. And, maybe I've spoken professionally in the profession for so long that I sort of know how to make it a little more interesting, but, we are not what we call the iron fist. Like, we really want to be that velvet glove. Here's the truth. And the first thing a compliance specialist learns is your job as a compliance specialist is to give the doctor as much information as they need to make their own decision. Now, sometimes they don't want to make that decision and they lean on us to do that. And we're going to be coming from that place of accuracy and confidence so that they can lean on our confidence if they don't have it.